Hello everyone, and welcome back for some more Turok 2 Remastered. I've been looking into our inventory and I figured that the best place to go to now would be the Hive of the Mantids rather than the Lair of the Blind Ones. Though it doesn't really matter which way you go to first because neither of them give you a talisman which is really helpful. But you'll need both of them, so let's go through this one first. Mostly because this one is gonna kick my ass harder than life itself.
The Mantids are an aggressive and extremely intelligent race of insects that have established a large colony in the Lost Land in recent years. The Mantids are incapable of pity, remorse, or kindness. They exist solely to further their own existence. To this end, the Primogen has persuaded the Mantids to help free him by promising to give them ripe new worlds to infest. The first world on their list is Earth. Rift gates are being ready to transport an army of Mantid soldiers to your world. Destroying the master computer will render the rift gates useless. Your mission objectives are as follows. Destroy 3 queen embryos. Destroy the master computer. Locate the energy totem and defend it at all costs.
Oh! Speaking of which, as I mentioned, this will kick your ass pretty hard, and it starts out in the least welcoming fashion. You get attacked the moment the level starts, from both sides, so make sure to stay on your toes. Doesn't matter which version you play, the same thing happens. Luckily for you, all of these rooms where the Mantid drones come out of, these are supposedly drones by the way, have respawning health and ammo, so you'll be fine as long as you make sure to pay a visit to the place. Who the fuck shot me back there? Was it one of them bastards? No, it's probably that guy. But in either case, you got yourself a dangerous situation when you come into this place, because not only do the shots from the Mantids have mild homing capability, very mild in comparison to the fucking zombies. Oh damn, this stuff respawns fast, I like that. But also, this is one of the hardest levels in the game to go through by yourself on hardcore difficulty. I mean, look, they give you a plasma rifle right away, just so you would be up to speed with the rest of the fucking challenges here. Now, the challenges here come mostly from the fact that enemies do a lot of damage. It's also a problem of having to deal with the objectives. As mentioned earlier, the objectives are to destroy the master computer and some queen embryos. Now, master computer, we'll come back to that in a second. The queen embryos, not so tough. You go over to them, you shoot them a couple of times, and that's it. Simple stuff. But the master computer, getting to that fucking thing in the first place is a challenge in its own right, because it's not easily accessible. But to add insult to injury, you also need to know that there are bombs that you need to put on the fucking thing. You don't get to just shoot at it and be done with it. Oh, no. You're gonna need bombs for that. And of course, bombs, or rather satchel charges I should say, they're not easily accessible. You need to find them. Luckily they're not far away from where the computer is itself. So that's a good thing at least. Though that doesn't mean it's gonna be easy. You forget one of those bastards and you're not making a lot of progress. And to add a little bit more to that, you're not gonna need just one. You're gonna need 4 of them. So you got your work cut out for you when you come into this place. And the queen embryos, they come with their own set of challenges. One in particular is that they're never alone. They are guarded, heavily guarded. But I think the creme de la crap of this place is the amount of fucking damage you can take from just about anything that's thrown at you. Forget the drones or the workers or even the bloody soldiers, though they do hurt. It's the turrets which you'll need to watch out for the most. Those fucking things can annihilate you in seconds, if not faster. So you're gonna need to rely a lot on heavy weapons. Speaking of which, there they are right now. Make sure to save your game and take it slow. Those turrets right there, they can one-shot me right now if I'm careless. And there's a couple more, I think? No, looks like that's all of them. Good. Whew, that's a close one. Oh yeah, if you can't walk through this door, there's a force field on it. Let's talk about some positives in this place. Look at this fucking place. It's so alien. And that's kind of what you would expect out of an alien place, right? To make so little sense to the human eye.
Full health.
And I think they did a really good job with it. The aliens themselves, on the other hand, are familiar yet different enough. I mean, everybody knows the Mantids, or rather the praying mantis. It's a pretty badass insect. When they fuck, they eat each other, or rather than females eat the male's head off. That's one way to put it. But these guys, they're a little different. They don't do that anymore, they just shoot each other. It's a little more efficient, I suppose. But the number one problem you'll be dealing with when dealing with these guys is they can take punishment. So, what can you do to maximize your chances of survival? Pull out this spectacular, lovely charge dart. Stun the fuck out of them. Especially the biggest cunts that are out there. Stun them. Just give them a good zap. And then shoot them. Burning also works, as you can see. They seem to be rather susceptible to fire. But I believe the most effective strategy is often to just not fight the damn things and run away. Avoid confrontations. Wow, my aim is bad today. You definitely want to avoid confrontations when possible, because these guys can really fuck you up. Look at my HP right now. We barely started the level. And I'm already struggling for my survival. There's dudes shooting at me from every which way. And there's also that turret over there. Oh, you don't want to get caught by that thing. And it's pretty easy to get caught by that thing. Happens to me all the time, actually. Ha, gotcha, bitch! Some of these dudes are really tiny for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, don't underestimate these guys. They may be cute and cuddly and tiny as shit, but they're dangerous. Now what? Ah, yes, over there. You see those fuckers? I don't care about them. Neither should you. Let's talk about the enemies. We got the small mites, the grey-looking cockroach thingies. They just hop around like idiots and try to nibble on your toes. The nibble is pretty dangerous, so watch it. But other than that, they're not particularly dangerous if you know what you're doing. Just get out of the fucking line of fire, or rather the line of nibbling, and make sure to shoot them. That's it. Then there's little bee things, the workers, the praying mantis creatures, which we saw earlier. They are the drones. You'll be seeing them often. And then there's the soldiers. These are big, hulking pieces of shit which shoot all manner of lasers and crap. You don't want to be caught out in the open with a bunch of these guys. and having no explosives. I mean, sure, you can beat them without any explosive ammo. But the question is, do you want to do that? And the answer is no. That's a terrible idea. Probably the worst idea that you can come up with. So my recommendation is don't. Don't do it. But in terms of general difficulty, the big debate amongst people is which of the two levels is harder. The Lair of the Blind Ones, the level which we'll go to later, or this one. And there's a lot of divides, actually. You'd be surprised, given that this is a pretty old game, which probably doesn't have a lot of people caring about it anymore, but there are still a lot of debates happening about whether or not either one of those two levels is harder than the other. And that really depends, I would say, on what kind of a player are you. Are you the kind of reckless bastard like I am, who just wants to run through nice and quick and just see what happens? Then the Hive might be more difficult. Largely because the Hive has a lot more things to watch out for. A lot more things that are going to ambush you. Whereas the Lair has more full frontal assaults. Jesus Christ, he took 2 grenades to his face and still didn't die. But yeah, the Lair has more full frontal assaults, I wanna say. But at the same time, the enemies there do a lot of damage as well. They tend to be in large groups, or at least large enough to be annoying. And also they got that whole problem with the layout. Yeah, that tends to get in the way all the fucking time. So either of the levels has their own specific problems, so to say. So it's difficult to decide which one is harder than the other.
Shredder.
Or which one is the hardest. Normally you'd think that the hardest one would be, well, the last one. I mean, it is the last level. It should be the hardest. But interestingly enough, the last level, the Primogen's Lightship, is not nearly as hard as either one of these two.
Cannon.
I don't really know what to say about that. Besides, okay. I don't mind it being a little easier. And what makes the last level easier than either one of these two is the fact that your enemies are usually very large and easy to hit. Unlike these little mites, or the skinny drones, or whatever else you're fighting up against. The enemies in the Lightship are large biomechanical beasts, which will not be difficult to hit, and they're also susceptible to charge darts, which, I mean, that just makes it easier for you, because you can hit them from a mile away with the charge dart and then walk up to them with your warblade and just cut them to bits if you want to save ammo. And it's gonna work. It's gonna work flawlessly. You can do the same thing here too, but it's gonna be a bit more difficult, because your targets are smaller. With the exception of the soldiers, of course. Those fuckers are huge. They might just be a little bigger than the troopers, actually. With that in mind, don't forget the charge dart, because look how fast this fucking thing's running! And there's more of them! Nice. I'm glad they died fast, because I fucking hate them. Ah, Jesus. Get out of here. You know, when I'm using the Shredder, I often rely on its ricochet to do the job for me, which is often the detriment to me because, well, these regular buckshots don't do a damn thing to help.
Shredder.
Oh yeah, every time you use the switch, they're gonna get some mites. Luckily, they don't do a lot to hurt you, but, well, that's still a problem, as you can see. Alright, nice. Ammo. I like the sounds these things make. So bubbly. I love the way that sounds. Though, to be fair, if I ever worked in some kind of a computer lab or something, which had the computers sound like that 24 hours, I'd probably go nuts. It's a nice sound for a little bit as you're walking by, but would you want to hear that for a long time? Probably not. Right, so the 4 switches around here we needed to activate a little lift. Where the fuck is it? Here it is. Don't you run away! Bastard. Here we go. The music is also an odd fit, I wanna say. It works for this place, but it's not something you'd normally hear in a place like this. It's more dramatic. I think what you would normally hear in such levels is something that tries to be more alien. Which, well, I suppose that would be appropriate too, but this doesn't try to do that. This tries to just be music that fits. And, you know, it does. But at the same time, it's like, this is unusual.
How may I assist you?
It's like when space games introduce piano music. That's a good fit, but it's unusual. That's not a good sound. After going through some amount of this level, you might be wondering, did I miss any objectives? No. I know, it's a bit scary, but you didn't miss anything yet. And that's the curious thing about this place, because this, and I think the lair as well, to some extent, the lair of the blind ones it is, it's doesn't put a lot of objectives, if any, at the front. For the Hive in particular, pretty much every objective is going to be at the end of the level. Whereas the Hive starts a bit more from the middle and then goes forward. Then again, the Hive, not the Hive, the lair of the blind ones, has just one objective, and that is to seal thermal vents. That's super easy, being just one thing to do. At the same time, it needs bombs, as usual. So if you're hating on that idea, look how much HP I lost. That was only one shot. What the fuck?
Force field down.
Anyway, it's still an easy objective, but it's a fairly easy objective, but you still need those fucking satchel charges as always. And they're gonna be spaced out a little bit as well. So it takes a little longer to do those than the objectives in this area, I think. Not that it means a whole lot, it's still annoying. Because you can actually miss the very first thermal vent in the lair of the blind ones without even realizing it. If we're gonna go there today, which I think we will, I'll be able to show it to you. For now, let's just continue with the Hive. Can you fucking die? Jesus, you're just a little fucking bee. How many fucking shots of the Firestorm cannon could you take? It's very easy to get flustered in this place, and all for very good reasons. Well, when you're playing on hardcore difficulty, that is. Ammo is fucking scarce. And to make matters worse, these pieces of shit take so many fucking shots to die. And you know, it makes sense for the bigger enemies, but these small ones? Why are you so fucking powerful? But now we get a new weapon. This is very situational. So you can see it's a proximity fragmentation mine launcher. Proximity being the key word here, because as long as there's no one in line of sight for the mine, it will not detonate. The working principle for this thing is that it gets activated first by someone moving around, and then it jumps up and detonates at knee height, chopping off the legs of the enemy. Does it work? Sometimes. But it is actually very effective for knee-height enemies, such as the mites. To some extent, at least. So we activated the warp portal. Is it the fake one? You bet your ass it is. And, of course, we gotta go back to it. We gotta get that nuke. When you're going through this place, I do recommend being thorough with your search, because you don't want to backtrack to this place. Anyway, this place is actually featured in a little demos if you let the game just sit on its own for a little while. This level is actually featured in a little game demo. It's a neat little place. Has a fun layout. And it's not particularly difficult to go through, because the layout is very generous with cover. Not to mention there's these circular rooms full of respawning goodies. So that's a good thing. Only annoyance for this place is that there's this stupid machine that keeps pumping something. It makes a lot of noise. Understandable for the aesthetic, but damn, could you tone it down a little bit? I can't hear myself die. I need the shredder. And I could use more shells for it too. Oh! Motherfucker. Piece of shit didn't get enough last time, huh? Or maybe I killed his friend, I don't know. I think I did. But that's it. That was the last one. And now you can relax a little. Take the opportunity to pick up some ammo and HP. Since the rooms here are not respawning things as quickly as the other ones, you're gonna spend a bit of your time just running back and forth, and that can be a bit annoying. I wish they would respawn things faster. And you know what I also wish they did? That they dropped these fucking mines in packs. Who the fuck wants to go around picking up singular mines? Ain't got time for that. Or grenades for that matter. Seriously, one grenade at a time? I know I can only hold 10, but let's hurry it along a little bit. Even the shells drop faster. HP pickups drop the slowest, and from what I've seen, they seem to be a bit glitched, because they only start spawning when you're in the room. I don't really understand why. But even then, they take a long time. There's something odd about them. Now he gives me a fucking box. The fuck, man. And then I get this shit. Fuck this, I'm out of here. I already got everything I wanted anyway. Well, mostly. Tech arrows. I think one of these days will be useful, but it is not this day. random insect chittering in the background is usually an indication that you're coming up to more insects to shoot down. Like that. Because as far as I remember, the insects, the Mantids, they don't make noises in the background just by themselves. They typically have to be on the area to make noise. There will be a lot of these weird pod things which you can pop, but watch out for the big ones. They will spawn mites out of them. I presume they're eggs of some sort. Okay. That effect looks terrible. Look, I get it's supposed to be old school, but what the fuck? This is so flat. Another one of these. But if I remember right, this is the first place where you get the Firestorm Cannon. I don't think it shows up in the lair. What I do know, however, is that the Firestorm Cannon in the remaster has a different sound effect going for it. I don't really understand why. Like, it has a different gunfire sound. When you're shooting the gun, it sounds like this. Which is nice, but it had a different sound effect in the original. It sounded better in the original. It sounded like it had more power to it. So it makes me wonder what happened in the transition. What happened during the remastering process? Where did the original sound go? I get that the idea here was that they wanted to maybe integrate some elements of the N64 version into this, and they did. They integrated the soundtrack just fine, but was it necessary to change the sound effects too? I don't think it was. In any case, this is a good place to be, because there are two spawns for both health pickups and ammo pickups. Here's one, here's two, and there's the other two. Nice. This is a really good place to restock when you need to. This is also a little bit of a maze. Not really, but there are multiple pathways you can take. And right now, you won't be able to take either one of these, simply because all of these doors are under a force field. This is also where you can find, if you went here first, some odd looking pickups. This is ammunition for the Cerebral Bore, a weapon which is first found in the lair of the Blind Ones. We don't have it here, however, because we didn't go for the lair of the Blind Ones first. We went here first. Jesus Christ, what happened to my HP? Jesus Christ, what happened to my HP? That's horrible. Didn't I have full HP? I guess not, but what the fuck? That's just not healthy. I gotta heal up. And this is what you'll be doing pretty often in this place, stopping by these infinitely respawning places, the restocking stations as I like to call them, and just refresh yourself, get more ammo, get more HP, because you're not left with much of a choice. You have to do this if you want to survive. I mean, do you want to run on low gas or no gas at all? Of course not, that's stupid. It does slow down the level progression tremendously, which is annoying, but, well, besides lowering the difficulty, you don't have much of an option. So it's either this, or suck it up. Which is also not much of an option, granted. Or, you know, you can also die, that also works. But I don't think you want to do that. I think we need to go here. It's pretty dark here, isn't it? Anyway. Here you'll be ambushed by the mites! Oh no! Just blast them with a proximity mine launcher. I recommend using the mine launcher here specifically because there's some ammo for it, which will make it just a little easier for you to restock later. Though it doesn't seem to be helping me much. Because these damn mites seem to be near indestructible no matter what I use. I don't know what they feed these guys, but I don't think it's Weetabix anymore. I think they feed them something stronger, like cement mix. But speaking of the N64 stuff, they do have the N64 soundtrack, as I mentioned, which you can freely switch between in the options menu. And that's real nice and all, but it's a bit of an odd inclusion, I would say, because the N64 version's soundtrack is of lower quality. It kind of makes you wonder, what was the point of that? For nostalgia's sake, I guess, but at the same time, I think people would prefer to play with a version that has just better quality. Wouldn't you agree? I think it would be better to play something with higher quality audio, not lower quality audio. I don't know. I suppose it is always a matter of preference in these cases, but it's a really weird inclusion to my... well, to me. Not to... I was gonna say to my opinion, but that's a weird sentence. Nobody talks like that. This is also one of those games where commentating over it, or just talking about anything in general, is kind of difficult because you gotta focus on, well, platforming and shooting. That's not easily done half the time because, well, there's shit coming out of the walls, there's shit coming out of the fucking floor, there's shit everywhere. And it seems I was wrong about the cerebral bore. It does show up in this area too. That's a very pleasant surprise, actually. And that's because it's a very unique and a destructive weapon, actually. The way it works is that it locks onto enemy brain activity and then launches a fairly slow but very deadly drill at them. We might be able to show it off, but now is not the best time to do that because they're getting blasted. Die? Thank you. I probably need a more powerful weapon. I just did a quick save in case you're wondering about that slowdown.
Full health.
Man, fuck these workers. They always chuck so fucking many of them. Yeah, here we go. So it launches one of these and it drills their fucking brains out. And then it's done, it explodes, which means it's an insta-kill if it locks on successfully. However, because it locks onto brain activity, it's only really useful in certain situations. Which is to say, it only works on enemies that have brain activity to begin with. Which one brings into question which enemies count? Well, I can tell you right now, none of the zombies in the second level will count because they are dead. They don't have brain activity to begin with. The little mites and workers will not cut it either because even if they have something, they're just a little too small. The fucking drill is bigger than their damn faces, let alone heads. So what do you expect to get from that? Various other creatures will also be either too small or too dumb, actually. to fit the bill and get a lock on. I forget which enemies count as too dumb, but that is a thing. There are certain enemies which are too stupid to lock onto, which I found to be a kind of a hilarious reason for not allowing the weapon to fire. At the same time, it also makes you wonder why even include them. But I suppose it was only a necessity. If you include other kinds of enemies which you can't lock onto, you might as well add this one. Plus it's funny. I'm glad to be back here. I really need a refresher. You know what would have been a pretty good quality of life update for this game? If the ammo types from these respawners, which you no longer need, like in this case the plasma pack, would instead respawn into something that you do need, rather than having you pick them up and then respawn into something useful. It's a small little thing, but I think it would have gone a long way. Because now, if you're full on plasma, for example, and you need something different, but the spawner has plasma, you need to shoot at least one round of plasma before it respawns into something that's what you're looking for. And that just wastes a bit of time, and I find it largely unnecessary. The lighting effects in this place are awesome. I mean, in general this game has superior lighting effects compared to the original version, that is. Well done. So what do we get here? Well, we get the least useful thing.
The spirits grant you the Whisperer's Talisman. With this talisman you call upon ancient voices to lift you over areas that may not be crossed otherwise.
How often do we get to use this thing? Well, I'll be able to tell you the exact amount whenever I get to editing this playthrough, but from the top of my head I can tell you right now the total amount is at least, but not more than 2. And I can actually name these 2 occurrences right now. The first one is to get the Primogen key in the Lair of the Blind Ones at the start of the level. And the other instance of it is in the Lightship to get across one particular gap. That's pretty fucking shitty, I gotta say. At least with a fire talisman, you get a bit more mileage out of it, because that one allows you to walk on lava without taking damage. That's useful. This is not useful. Not only because you only use it for so much, the other problem is that your controls are locked the entire time you're flying up. It's a bit like Leap of Faith actually, but the problem with this one is that it's super slow in comparison. And to make matters even worse, well, like I said, you're not allowed to shoot while it's doing its thing. Is that really a bad thing? You bet your fucking ass it is, because there's people shooting at you as you're flying up. On hardcore difficulty, that can mean the difference between life and death. That's a big problem. Can you fucking stop running? You piece of shit, you wanna fucking run? I'll give you something to run for. Run from this.
Cerebral ball.
Hope you enjoy that spicy meatball, you fuck.
Full health.
Yeah, the soldiers are really annoying, but what can you do? They gotta have something to get you moving, something to keep you on your toes, because otherwise, well, this would be too easy. You know, speaking of which, you ever had a game that was too easy, even on the hardest difficulty? And if so, what is that game? I'd like to know. Just out of curiosity, mainly. You know, I wonder if this game still has that funny glitch where one of these dudes can just fly in the air, just lift up into the ceiling and vanish. You don't know what I'm talking about, right? Let me show you this clip. That shit was amazing when I saw it. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell happened there? You ever tried to destroy your cockroach infestation with a grenade launcher? It's a bit excessive, isn't it? Sometimes you gotta take drastic measures to get rid of drastic problems. Yeah, speaking of which, actually, I don't know why this reminded me of it, but I played a bit more of the Turok Ascension mod, and my suspicions have been confirmed pretty much as I expected. You know how I mentioned last time that it was a bit too easy when you were playing on anything lower than hard? Well, I tried playing on harder difficulties, and the difference is like night and day, actually. Not only is there like more challenge to the game, because, you know, even though you have more ammo, the enemies still take more hits, so the amount of ammo you're given is justified. There's also more enemies.
Health granted.
So, when you pick up your Firestorm Cannon, for example, you're not sitting there with 150 shots, you're sitting there with 1,500 shots. And despite having that much ammo, you can still run out of it. And I feel that is actually a pretty balanced thing. It's justified to have this much ammo because you still run out. You still use up the ammunition and you're still forced to rely on other weapons too. Now, that is exactly what I wanted out of it. And I'm glad that that's the case. Speaking of which, where the fuck am I going? I seem to be going backwards, and that's not good. Let's try that again. But yeah, the difference is like night and day. Definitely. So if you're gonna play Turok 2 Ascension, play it on a harder difficulty. Don't waste your time playing on normal or anything below that. That's a waste of time. Oh, there's a door here. How did I miss this? Shit! Gotta be careful around here. We're getting bamboozled from everywhere. It's like the lesser version of getting bamboozled. Still pretty bad. They got a lot of water in here, don't they? I think this place has some ammo and health respawn, but I'm not too sure. I definitely heard someone shoot something at me from here. There's like nobody here. Who the fuck would shoot at me? Oh! That's a good reflex to have. Though it could use a bit of improvement. It was a bit slow. I still got the shot. The thick exoskeleton of the soldiers down there is a problem because it protects them better than anything else out there. Ow. It also doesn't help that the soldiers have rapid-fire laser guns, rivaled only by the elite troopers in the lightship. Oh yeah, those bastards, they're something else. When they start shooting, they don't fucking stop. They shoot about as fast as this damn machine gun, minigun thing. I kinda need to be there, don't I? Right, so in order to get over there, we need to take a dive. This is where a torpedo launcher would be very useful to move around, but we didn't go to the lair, so we don't have it. Guess what's gonna happen now? Yep. Figures. They love doing that shit.
Force field down.
And this is why people like the cerebral bore. Not only is it a cool alien looking weapon, it's also damn effective. Though apparently it came up as an idea during development where the developers were feeling bored. The boredom of the developers became a weapon. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear, perhaps. But it was a weapon which came from the most unusual source. And it works. It is interesting. It's unique. I like it. Do I have anything that explodes? Well, I have a few explosives. Shit! I tried to catch the ambusher, but instead I got ambushed anyway. A nice thing that the Mantids do is that they drop plasma packs. They're not as big as the ones you can find out in the world, but they're still very useful to have. It's probably because they expected to use plasma-powered weapons more often in this area. And I can see that being the case. I am perfectly fine with that. These are good weapons. It's just that we don't have a lot of ammo to work with. Also, I've confirmed earlier, well, not today, but like yesterday, with another friend of mine that the co-op playthrough will happen. Though we haven't decided on the difficulty setting yet. It's definitely gonna be one of the harder ones, but I don't think we're gonna go beyond hard. Because the last time we did it, it was hard enough as is. So we didn't need to go much harder than that. Uh-oh, this is not a good place to be right now when you're on low HP. You know where we are right now? We're at the master computer shield control node. Yeah, you see that shit? Oh! There goes my HB. I'm dead as shit. Nah, that's game over for you, boy. But yeah, this is not a fun place to be. Wow, that thing just doesn't die. Here we go. Because these lasers are super accurate. Luckily, there is something that's very good here. Respawning ammo and HP. Just the thing we need. So you need to find this room, because if you don't find it, well, you're gonna be really disappointed when you get to the master computer, because what they don't tell you in the cutscene is that the fucking thing has a shield on it. That pissed me off like nothing else the first time I saw it, because you look at the cutscene, it shows you the computer. And you eventually find the Satchel Charges, so you're like, oh, okay, that's fair. It's a big fucking thing. I need some big fucking boom. But then you get there, and then you see that fucking force field, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? What do you mean there's a force field? Nobody talked about any force field. Unfortunately, yes, there is indeed a force field. And you missed it. And that's very annoying. That is very, very annoying to experience. Luckily, it's not that big of a deal. Then you figure out where you need to go, because this is kind of on the way. You'll have some difficulty getting rid of this thing, of course, because every time you blow up some nodes here, which power the main thing, you're gonna get some visitors. And these respawners are not helping. Then they're dropping silver HP. Who the hell wants that? Give me some blue. Or how about some red pickup? That would be good. No, instead it's just giving me silvers. What the hell am I gonna do with a silver? Look at this piece of shit. How much is that gonna heal me? 2. That's useless. It's only useful if you find a whole bunch of them packed in the corridor or something and you're at full HP, because you can fill up your health then past 100. Right now, it's not helping. I need big HP.
Your generator destroyed.
Yeah. When you blow out that thing, it's very satisfying. It goes out with a very satisfactory kaboom. Not as satisfactory as the death of Primogen, mind you, but it's a good close second. But yeah, it is totally possible to miss this room entirely and end up going to the master computer with all the things you need to blow it up, but no way to actually reach it. So don't forget to get here before you get to the master computer. But this also signifies the beginning of your objectives. They are finally appearing, which also means you're very, very close to the end of the level. Don't miss them. Can this thing like give me normal HP? Why are you feeding me so little? Come on. This is disappointingly disgusting. It's drip feeding me with silvers. What am I gonna do with silver? Give me big. There we go, that's a little bit better. Give me the big stuff. The stuff that makes your dick hard. God damn it. That's much better. Alright, I'm not gonna spend all day here because you could be sitting here forever and not getting anywhere. These spawners have a very low chance of spawning the big red full HP pickup, but I'm not gonna waste my time for that because it can take a long time to show up. Plus there's more stuff here. Oh, look at this baby boy.
Scorpion missile launcher.
It's your favorite weapon. Or at least my favorite weapon. Scorpion missile launcher has a lock-on capability and it shoots 3 rockets per fire, which means that's 1 ammo per 3 rockets. That's hella value for your money. But besides that, it also has another great thing going for it. It is super fucking powerful. And look at that, with 1 rocket, or at least 1 charge of rockets, I destroyed 2 enemies. That is amazing. How many keys we got? All 3. Good. We don't need to worry about that now. Swirly corridor of confusion. You know, the odd thing about this tunnel is that projectiles shot into it disappear. They don't just hit the tunnel, they just phase right through it. So it's some kind of an effect that they're using rather than having a normal solid thing blocking the way. But to make sure you don't fall through the corridor yourself, they block it off with invisible barriers. Smart, but also makes you wonder, what the fuck is that all about? What's the point of it? They also like to cram these corridors with pods, just to make sure you have a harder time, as if your time here isn't hard enough as is. So in this latter part of the level, the number one thing you need to know is to not stay low on the ground, because there's gonna be a lot of these mite spawning chutes, which will continuously shit out mites to try and deal with your ass. And you don't have time for that. Sure, you can destroy them if you really want to, but the question is, do you want to spend your ammo for destroying a chute that you can just walk past? Of course not. You have better things to do, you have better places to use this ammo, so just skip them, just walk by. Now that looks like a secret, and it is. It's a secret area. It's a very long corridor full of these mite spawners. We're gonna check this out real quick, because it has some stuff in it that's neat to have. It's also the only place where you'll see ginormous mites. Provided they get out of a chute. There we go. Jesus fucking Christ, these are huge. So fucking big that they take several grenades to die. Or just a couple of rockets. So what's the point of going here? Well, this is a good place to restock on health and ammo. It's also a secret area that you need to visit. Should you, well, need to get the achievement for the secrets. Interestingly enough, I didn't find any ammo, but I definitely found a lot of health, which I didn't need. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of mites. If you think I'm gonna be bothering with them, hell no, I got things to do. Ah, fuck, I missed. Get off me. Right, from here, you definitely want to be careful where you go. Make sure you explore every corridor, every fucking corridor, before you step foot through the portals. Because it is very likely that you missed something. Did I miss something? I don't believe I did. We'll find out very soon. They really want you to use these mine launchers, don't they? I don't care about them. Ah, look at that. That's where we want to be. Get all this shit out of here. This is a Queen Embryo chamber. Don't walk out, you didn't kill the embryo yet. Blast your way in and blow the fuck out of that embryo. With a Scorpion missile launcher, this doesn't take long at all, though you may have some friends you need to deal with along the way.
Queen Embryo destroyed.
If you want to save ammo, though, you can also set it on fire. The flamethrower will do some damage in the long run, but it can take a little longer to kill it than with any other weapon out there, so the choice is yours, whether or not you want to use it. How did it miss every single shot like that? In any case, I'm gonna burn this fucking cockroach. Are you trying to shoot me through the wall? What the fuck? Attacking the chutes, as you can see, is actually very beneficial in certain situations. Like this one where I needed that HP. Not so much now because, well, I got my HP. It's time to go. See ya! Wouldn't wanna be ya. I think they showed off one of these corridors in the demos as well. Which is a little silly, all things considered. Oh yeah, you can totally jump the gap here if you do that trick jump that I taught you. Oh yeah, we'll come back to this in a second. First things first, we want to get rid of the opposition that's killing us. And maybe heal up a bit. Can you guys fucking stop shooting me? The annoying thing about this place is that they can really shoot through weird gaps, which you wouldn't normally think to be possible to shoot through. But they somehow find a way. I really need HP. Holy shit. What? What the shit was that? It bounced off of him. What the hell? I've never seen anything like it. I didn't think those things can fail. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Go! There we go. Huh, I've never seen anything like it. They can fail. That's interesting. I definitely want that. But I don't have the way to reach it. So that area full of piss water, we definitely want to be there. But not right now. It's a little dangerous. What with lack of HP and everything. Is it just me or are these walkers a little larger? I think they are. Oh. okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Motherfucker. You don't have to shoot me, you know. I'm already dead. Pieces of shit. I hate those fucking things so much. Do I have anything at all that explodes? I have arrows. I have fucking tech arrows. And they're not helping. So that over there is a checkpoint that I would like to get to, but that's gonna be difficult. That's really gonna be difficult, considering that I don't have any means of surviving their shots long enough. Piss off, you stupid bee! Jesus fucking Christ, I sincerely hate it when the fucking bees just swarm you like that. Could you not get up in my shit? Damn! And you see how the mines are fucking useless? They didn't do a damn thing to help. Holy shit. Hope I didn't soft lock myself here. Oh. Oh, this could be very helpful actually. I hope you respawn. I could use more HP. Oh, hell yeah, it respawns. That's awesome. Though there's one tiny little problem. We have a fucking checkpoint station nearby. Why the fuck would I need this? Here we go. So that took a couple of attempts, but we got through. Thank fuck. I thought I was soft locked for a moment. That's the last thing you want. Oh, that's so much better. You have no fucking idea. Right. So, as mentioned earlier, there's that piss water area that we need to go through, but that's, surprisingly enough, progress, if I remember it right. Let's see. No, that could also have been the Queen Embryo chamber. No, 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 no. Okay. This is the chamber. I remembered right. Thank goodness, because we definitely want to be here. We don't want to miss them. And they're easy to miss too, so that doesn't help the situation at all. Why the fuck is there so many of you? There we go. Seriously, sometimes you can get easily overwhelmed in this game. It just makes you wonder what the hell's happening. Anyway. Did he just bounce the rocket off of him? What the hell was that? You saw that?
Full health.
I think he bounced the fucking rocket off of himself with his shoulder guard. What the hell? He shouldn't be able to do that. Right? Damn. Just die already. There we go. Oh yeah, I believe we definitely wanted to be here. Man, they love spawning enemies on top of you, don't they? Well, anyway, see ya, bitches. There's a whole bunch of ammunition here that you can pick up. Ooh, you don't want to fall in there. I'm gonna save up. This is also where they use this is probably the only time where they use the leap of faith panel. At least I think it's the only time we do it. Oh, hell yeah, this brought us back to where we need to be. That's good. Let's get the fuck out of this place. Yeah, that was not where I need to be. That's also not where I need to be. So that means this is where I need to be. Yes. So this piss water hides a little secret, and the secret will be revealed shortly. I always like it when the leap of faith goes slow, because it's so dramatic. Anyway, I hope you didn't forget to pick up the underwater breathing talisman, because if you did forget to pick it up and you got this far, well, first of all I have to ask how. But second of all, oh shit, this is progress. Oh shit. Well, actually, we don't want to back away yet, because that is where we need to be, at least this place. This is some serious progress that we need to go through. This houses the master computer nearby. And also has some satchel charges. That is, I think, where we need to be. Let me check. This might take us to the master computer. Could also be a... Okay, no. We'll come back to this one later. That's where you find the Primogen key, actually. You see that lava? That's the only time you see lava in this place. Interesting, to say the least. But anyway, let's hop on down and pick up the first of the satchel charges. We need 4 of these. Thankfully, there's nothing sitting in the lava, because if there was something placed in it, that would be pretty upsetting. Ooh, I need this. That's the exit portal. Do not step through that, because you didn't complete your objectives yet. You still need 1 Queen Embryo and the master computer. There is a way to jump into that portal in such a way that you don't need to swim very much. Pick up the satchel? There we go. That was weird. I was pretty sure I walked right into it. Huh. Anyway, this should take us to where we need to be. If not, the Queen Embryo. Might be Queen Embryo. This is where they recommend having the fire walking talisman, but we don't have it. We don't need it. I think. Right, well, we don't actually need it, though it is very helpful because it lets us reach certain areas, which would be pretty useful to visit. Like that little island over there, full of ammunition. Well, I suppose we'll have to skip out on it for this time. Hey, nice. Oh, there is a switch I was missing. There's one, there's always more. There's always more. And that looks like the last Queen Embryo chamber. Nice, I like that. Let's lock onto that piece of shit. Where the fuck you going? It didn't lock on. Bastard. This'll definitely work. Yeah, that guy's a goner. What? He didn't die? What the fuck? He survived? How the shit did he survive that? He has to die now. I'm not fucking around with him. Wait, he just exploded randomly. What the hell? What happened? You know, I have a pretty strong idea I know what happened. And you know what? That is a very interesting idea, but at the same time it makes me wonder why it was implemented. If that's what happened. See, when I shot him with a firestorm cannon, his head exploded like it would normally explode if it got hit with a cerebral bore, which he was hit with. Which then begs the question, why didn't it explode earlier? And I think I know the answer. Because it just glitched out. Well, that's the most likely explanation, but it probably glitched out and forgot that it needs to explode. So then it got shot, which caused it to trigger early. Because you can shoot the cerebral bore early to make it explode early. I believe it's something that the Turok 2 Ascension mod takes advantage of to act as a secondary fire mode for the weapon. Let's roast that fucking Embryo. Yeah, boy. You still fucking alive, piece of shit. Such a weird thing, it always looks at you at a specific angle. God damn. This damn Queen Embryo is stronger than the Queen itself. But yeah, we got rid of all the Queen Embryos. That's a very good thing. It is a very good thing. Which only leaves us with the mystery of the master computer. Where the fuck is it? Thank you for your contribution to my survival. But yeah, we still need to find the master computer. It would be very useful to find it because it's the only thing that's left to do here. I'm not sure how, but I always seem to either find it first or last. But rarely first, usually last. I know last time I've been here, I found it first. And my friend, since we were playing on the co-op mod, he went and collected the Satchel Charges. Speaking of which, actually, if somebody picks up objectives or keys, they are shared. So, when my friend picked up the Satchel Charges, I was just chilling out by the master computer. As he was picking them up, I was able to place them down, and as such, I was able to blow it up kind of prematurely. He wasn't there yet. But what the fuck? It just brought me down here. But yeah, I was just able to destroy it as he was somewhere out there trying to deal with it. It was interesting. I like the mechanic. This is unfortunately not too helpful to my cause because I still need to figure out where the master computer is, and I think I may have found it. Because I don't remember having this... Here we go. I don't remember having this huge piece of shit guarding the exit. Yep, that's right. That's it right there. Watch out. One more turret section for you. And they're looking for you right now. I think they have some really good range, but, well, I'm not willing to find out. The moment I see them on the screen, I'm blasting them. And that should be it. Nothing else is gonna spawn in here. So put down these satchels and move the fuck back.
Master computer destroyed.
Oh yeah. Not as spectacular of an explosion as before, but destroying this thing is very, very helpful. And that's it. We've done everything there is to do in terms of objectives. The only thing that's left to do is to recover the Primogen key, which unfortunately we won't be able to do. We're missing the Eye of Truth. Fucking bees. Did they really have to respawn? And I wish these mines would engage a little faster. Here we go. Wait, did these things really have to respawn? I don't think so. Anyway, the Eye of Truth is needed to be able to see the secret walkway which takes us to the Primogen key in the first place. So, unfortunately, we're not getting it on this run. We'll have to come back for it. Do we have strong weapon? Hell yeah, we do. Give me the strongest, most powerful ammunition you have. You can fall into those pits, by the way. They spawn health, which I think I might have to take advantage of very soon, because just like the last area, well, not the last area, because the last area was the River of Souls, but like the Lair of the Blind Ones, we're gonna have a boss fight now. And we're fighting the Mantid Queen, or at least the current one, inside this big old cesspool, or whatever the fuck this is. The Queen looks kind of funky. It's like if a xenomorph decided to start packing heat, as if they needed that in the first place. Right, so lock-on weapons may not necessarily be helpful here for you in terms of fighting the Queen itself. Other critters definitely helpful. But the lock-on weapons will help you see the weak spots that are needed to be targeted. That you need to target. That's what I want to say. Anyway, make sure to keep on moving, because the Queen sure loves to be up in your business, and collect ammunition. The first of the weak spots, I believe, are the little appendages on its belly. Not easy to hit, because this bastard is hiding them pretty tightly. Oh god, those fucking shots. What the hell? Could use some HP back here. It seems like the game will also be kind enough to tell you where the weak spots are after a little bit, in case you're taking too long. These mites are particularly annoying because they're gonna make sure to just keep jumping all over the place and all over you, trying to bite your ass. I don't really appreciate that. Plus, it seems like the Queen's weak spot has changed. Now it's the abdomen. That's weird. Why are you hopping around? You trying to Goomba stomp me? What the fuck? That's a weird thing to do for a giant insect, hopping around trying to Goomba stomp people. But it doesn't really help my situation. I'm not able to hit the damn abdomen. You might have an easier time with something that you can lob over the thing, instead of trying to hit it with a firestorm cannon. But that's easier said than done. Of course. That didn't help much either. Please do me a favor and fucking stop. Jesus fucking Christ. Might have to use a flamethrower for this. Yeah, here we go. Hit that abdomen. It does shoot explosive balls for some reason. Ow! Stop it! Motherfucker. To the veterans out there, how do you dodge that? Is the answer you don't? Also, what happened to the lighting? What the fuck happened to the lighting in this place? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. My entire fucking health bar just got drained in an instant. Seriously, how do you dodge that shit? It doesn't look like it's actually possible to dodge it. And that's not a good thing. You see what I mean when I say it doesn't fucking stop? It doesn't fucking stop. Stop bouncing all over the place. This isn't Super Mario. Fucking... Oh, and then it does that shit again. You start fighting back and it instantly retaliates with an unavoidable attack. And then it goes back to bouncing like... Oh, Jesus Christ, Luigi, please! What? I don't need the tranquilizers right now. That's not gonna help. Oh, you fucking shit. God damn. This boss fight really fucking sucks. Ow. What the? Get off the damn HP! I need that more than you! At least the weak spot now is the guns. If I get rid of the guns, it won't be able to shoot at me anymore. Problem is, if I shoot now, it's probably gonna kill me in one hit. Also, the lighting is still very much fucked up. What the hell are you doing? I don't understand this behavior, but I'm fucking worried because I'm gonna die soon at this rate. I really wish the splash damage actually did something. Yeah, relying on the scorpion isn't gonna help me anything. It just doesn't hit. Which makes you wonder, what even is the point of it locking onto the enemy if it doesn't do a damn fucking thing about it? Wow, even the Mag 60 doesn't do a damn thing. What am I supposed to use then? This thing, I guess? If I can hit anything with it. You know, for the guns being as large as they are, they're surprisingly hard to hit. You know what sucks? I have to get a direct hit with the explosives to actually damage the weak spot. What's the point of having explosives then? I thought explosives are meant to be used in situations where precision is not suitable. Instead, it expects precision out of a grenade launcher. Like, are you stupid? What the fuck are you thinking? Right, now this is where you gotta kill this sumbitch and just fucking shoot it. Just shoot it right in the head. I don't know what happens if you wait long enough, but I don't want to find out. It probably regenerates its body parts or something. Fucking Christ. I think the boss fight took longer than a goddamn level. Oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ. Can we never go back to that boss fight? That sucked major ass. I'm pretty sure the boss fight is a little better in the easier difficulties, but this was just not good.
Greetings, Turok. How
It seriously felt like it took longer to beat the boss than it would have to just beat the level. And I'm not too fond of that. So that leaves us with the lair of the Blind Ones. It has the rest of the level 6 keys. But man, I don't have the heart to go through there right now. That place is gonna really fuck me up. So we'll come back to that later. Holy shit. I gotta take a break after that, because I feel like if I have to go through another session of that kind of nonsense, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. See yas.